Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Monster Hunter World on PC in 4K. No HDR, sad face. Okay, so I've been screwing around with these settings. So the biggest offenders to your performance are going to be your resolution scaling and your volumetric rendering quality. If you set those both too low, you'll probably find that most of these other effects you can have at a fairly high rate. With that in mind, I think these are basically pretty good visuals. You know, obviously not the best. And they can still get you at that 60 frames even in 4K. If you're playing on 1080p, however, then you could probably go up to full on your resolution scaling, if that's what you really want. So a little bit of a sacrifice, but at least with this setup, you can still get 4K. You can still get 60 frames, which you'll never get. You know, you never even get the option if you're playing the console port. I do miss the HDR, but in Monster Hunter, it was really more about the expanded color palette. In fact, the HDR settings were actually kind of weak on the console versions. So this is, you know, I said it's a nice balance, I think.
All right. Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
Alright. So I've got some overhead with the streaming software, so it's going to not quite appear at 60 frames, but it will be 60 frames if you're not streaming.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Fiver. We're all ready to open our tavern and gathering hub, the Celestial Pursuit. At the gathering hub, you can meet up with other hunters and embark on quests together. To find the Celestial Pursuit, just look up. See that ship atop Asteria that looks like it's about to sail off to the stars? That's it. You can get up there by taking the lift. Please come visit us soon. Yes, and please come visit as soon as you get the chance.
Yes?
Hunter from the 5th? Hunter for the 5th, are you? Then you have finished your first quest. This is ecological research, headed up by yours truly. Tell me, did you find any monster data out there? Tracks, caches, that sort of thing? Data tells us a story about the monsters, an elaborate and interesting one at that. Your job in the field team is to track the monsters, collect the data, and advance the study. Our job is to take that data, analyze it, and compile our findings for the commission. What we learn helps you out in the field, too. So you see, we need each other.
I'll be here.
Drop it here anytime. I'll show you what we're working on. So, what is it? Tutorial Ecological Research. Ecological Research is a facility that studies monsters. Their studies can help you with your hunts and investigations. Gathering monster tracks and the like will earn you research points. Collect enough and your research level will go up, giving you access to new features and intel that will make your hunts easier. You can also consult the Monster Field Guide to view monster info such as habitat weakness and materials that can be carved. The research levels do not increase automatically. When you see reports to the Ecological Research Team on the results screen, be sure to pay them a visit. In the research level menu item, you'll also be able to find your scout flies levels, which determine their abilities. The higher your scout flies level, the sooner your scout flies will pick up the next set of monster tracks. And actually, considering that I have... And we want some.
There you are, Flavor.
Ah, look who's back with materials. Step right up and welcome to the smithy. You'll be needing my services a lot. What I do for you is simple. Whenever you go out in the field and gather materials, I turn those materials into weapons and armor. Drop by whenever you find something new and interesting. Here, I'll give you some materials as a welcome present. You can use them to upgrade your equipment. So, what are we hammering together this time? The smithy. You can use monster materials and ore to forge and upgrade equipment at the smithy. Give the materials you earn as quest rewards, or carve them from monsters, to the smithy to create new equipment for taking on even tougher monsters. Upgrading weapons. First, select the weapon you want to upgrade to. You can use materials to upgrade to different weapons with a variety of improved stats. If you want more base weapons to enhance, you can create more by selecting forge equipment at the smithy or by purchasing them at the armory. Upgraded weapons can also be downgraded. The materials used to upgrade the weapons will be returned to you. Select a weapon with the cursor and use Y to add it to your wish list. Once you acquire all the necessary materials to create a wish listed item, you will receive a message. You can add weapons and armor to your wish list from the forge equipment screen. Which is fine. I like the ore tree.
Oi! Ah!
Man, we can't even look at these. Upgrading armor. Each piece of armor has a level. You can use armor spheres to gain points, which are used to raise your armor's level. The equipment's appearance won't change, but its defense will increase. There's a limit to the number of times a piece of armor can be leveled up. The number of points gained depends on the type of armor sphere used. So we got 2 of these things.
My.
There you go, newcomer. You look a lot more hunterly with a weapon on your back. This is the armory. We deal in ready-made weapons and armor. If you need a weapon ASAP and don't have time to gather the materials, we're your ticket. So, newcomer, care to have a look? Actually, I kept a pick of it. You know what? I know this game is going to get more complex later on with the battles. So, although this does hover at 60 frames, maybe we better think ahead of time on the kind of effects that we want. That could potentially drop our frame rate usage. So let's see. 512 for our texture quality. I do want to leave that high, actually. We'll turn off that. Water reflections if you want to leave it on. If we turn off the volumetric rendering, know, you're gonna miss some of that hanging mist. I don't think that's too terribly much, honestly. Adds a little atmosphere, but nothing more. You can see the example here, so it does look different. It's not like it doesn't look different. But enough for me to care and sacrifice 60 frames? Thankfully, you do have choices if you're... yeah, that's a little bit better. If you're playing on PC, if you absolutely have to have all the graphics and don't mind a sub 30 frame rate, then it's certainly something you can do.
Hey there, partner.
Right, so the next thing we need to take care of are those Kestodon. Chief said he'd be tagging along with us. How about we start our search in the ancient forest and go from there?
Ah,
Oh, I've got some good news. We handlers post all the leads we find up in the quest board. You can sign up for quests there too, so you don't always have to come up all the way here. But then again, you might miss out on all the eats up here.
you can pick up quests from the quest board too. It lists the same quests that I've got, so don't worry about having to check two places.
But I would rather check up here, since you're going to get something to do anyway. And hindsight, this is the best part of the game. Watching these cats cook is awesome. Just have a whole game just of this. I said there's some overhead for my streaming software.
We're on the hunt.
So normally, if you're playing, you would probably get 60 frames. When lucky vouchers are used when posting a quest, you'll receive bonus rewards upon completing the quest. Be sure to use vouchers whenever you have the chance. Random quest rewards are guaranteed to drop. Reward money doubles. Luck. Or note, lucky vouchers are obtained via login bonuses. One voucher is delivered each day, and you can claim up to 5 days worth of vouchers at once. Also note that you can only carry a maximum of 5 lucky vouchers at one time.
Okay, our job is to cull a certain number of Kestodon. Recently, their numbers have been getting out of hand.
Want to get going? Ah, there we are. Those, my friend, are Kestodon. Let's see you take him out on your own. Huh.
It's weird to see Keston grazing around these parts. This must be because of Zora Magdaros.
Be careful.
Keston like to headbutt intruders.
right, let's look for another group. Be careful. The Castodon are the least of your worries. There are a lot bigger monsters lurking in this forest. The endemic life around here can come in handy during a hunt. Try to learn as much as you can about them. Over here!
Actually, let's make just a tiny adjustment to that. It's a little oversaturated. That'll appear a little funny on the stream as well.
Over here! Huh.
Down there.
Be careful.
The rest of the herd. Gather, gather, gather. That is the theme of this game.
Work. That just about wraps up our work here. Wait. Hey, come here. I think I found something. Over here!
Hold your horses, buddy.
Here. Look at those Kestodon. Something's up with them.
Great Jagras.
Now!
Super agitated Great Jagras is bad news for us. We need to take it down.
Gotcha! All right, partner. New assignment incoming. Take down that Great Jagras. If you're not ready, you can return to base and take on the Great Jagras quest later.
Want to get going? If you need to call your friends for help, go to the menu and select SOS Flare to signal them. And you're going to need friends when you go up against some of the tougher monsters. In order for the scout flies to better track a target monster, we need to keep finding traces of it. Like footprints, for example. Good. You're turning up a lot of clues. Okay. We've tracked the Great Jagras enough for the scout flies to lead us to it. You're less likely to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
I hate the focus camera. Can't target parts of the monster as well.
Don't forget you can guard, too. Yeah! You've mounted the monster. Now's your chance to topple it. Okay, it's down. Now's your chance to get in there and tear it up. When monsters are running away, use the scout flies as a guide and they'll lead you right to them. You can use scatter nut as slinger ammo. It's good for staggering monsters. Bright moss can be used as slinger ammo. Launch it at walls to eliminate dark areas, like the inside of a cave, for example. Monster's tired. Now's your chance to deal some serious damage.
Be ready for some vicious attacks.
Look, the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its nest to recuperate. That's a piercing pod, a powerful type of slinger ammo. That's able to pierce the thick shell of monsters. head back and report to the old man.
I think we got a lead.
Maybe. Let's check it out. Hey.
Okay.
Well, you were right. There's our mark. Something's got him agitated. Look over there. What in the heck is that? I've never seen anything like it.
You think it's from Zora Magdaros?
I'd like to find out. But we better report back first. All right?
I see.
So, you think you found something that'll lead us to Zora Magdaros? Well, I'd send some researchers out right now, but with not with a pissed off Pookie Pookie hanging around. Pookie Pookie territory. That's pretty deep in the forest. We better we'll be better equipped to take it on. Once our team from the resource center is done rebuilding the forest camp. Once it's ready, we make our move.
Want to get going?
Until then, we do everything we can to help them get that camp up and running. Let's get to it.
Once the camp is set up, you can go after that Puke Puke.
I wonder where the resource center is.
How are you feeling?
So, Hunter, have you gotten used to how things work around here? New world, new rules. It's something you have to get used to. But you will get used to it. You have to. Your life's counting on it, not to mention others as well.
Ha!
Look around you. Everyone here, strange or crazy as they may seem, they've all crossed the sea just like you, and they've all carried out their duties. They looked at the new world. They looked the new world in the eye and realized the old way of doing things wouldn't cut it. Didn't stop them though. They had conviction. Did you have conviction, Hunter? You should get to know your colleagues. Maybe some of that craziness will rub off on you. Ha!
Oh, you are too good to me.
Well, Fiver, is it true? You're going to help us rebuild the camp? That's excellent news. I hope you're as good as they say you are. If so, we'll have plenty of work for you. After all, the Commission studies a lot of things, not just the yellow dragons you came here for. Maintaining and improving the best base is a full plate of tasks in itself. Can't study anything without the proper HQ, after all. The resource center here is in charge of divvying up all that work and making sure it gets done. So, back to business. Your job is to establish a camp. Go on an expedition into the ancient forest, find a viable campsite, and make sure it's safe. If any monsters decide to do any camping in your spot, you'll need to chase them off.
Don't let me down.
Got it? The bounty is for establishing the camp. The Resource Center oversees research quests and manages the resources required for the investigations. To do bounties, you need to register beforehand, whereas delivery requests can be completed just by landing in items. When you unlock investigations during quests and expeditions, check in with the Resource Center to make them available as special quests. You can view Resource Center information at any time from the Start menu under Resource Center. Bounties are missions you complete over the course of your quests and expeditions. First, check out the critical bounties, then pick a registered bounty. You can take on multiple bounties at once. Most bounties will reward you with armor spheres and research points. Once you've completed that bounty, you drop by the Resource Center to collect your reward. Registered bounties. You can select up to 6 of these from the list to accept. That list is updated when you return from a quest or expedition, so check back frequently. Critical bounties. These bounties unlock new facilities or upgrade existing ones and are accepted automatically. They can be completed in parallel with your registered bounties and with one another. Limited bounties. These quests are offered periodically to online users around the world and are available for a limited time only. When the next limited bounty is released, it will overwrite the previous one. If you want to complete them all, be sure to keep an eye on the expiry date.
Okay, let's get this expedition underway. Meet me at the gate.
Good to see you.
Ah, Hunter, since you've established yourself as a reliable presence here, I'd like to make a little request. When investigating large monsters, you can either slay or capture them. Naturally, both have their scientific merits, but frankly, well, it would be better for our long-term research to receive a live specimen that we can later return to the wild. So, if you capture your quarry alive, you'll be commended for it and receive greater rewards. Commission rules.
Good luck.
How about it? Capture your targets instead of slaying them, and you'll be
You can
making
embark
a
on an
great
expedition
contribution
just by heading out through the gate.
to our
Or
efforts
you
here.
can use the world map. Whatever's easiest for you.
It's easy to say, shut up, you jackass.
There you are, Fiber.
Just got stuff to upgrade.
Right now, we're in Astera. If you want to go on an expedition, open your world map and choose your destination. For this expedition, we need to head to the ancient forest. We can expand expeditions as we delve further into the new world. Pretty good incentive to explore, right?
Oh, but first... I have enough materials for traps.
How are you today?
How are you today, buddy? Hunting anything exciting? So, what you need? That's our thunderbugs. Okay. You can depart on an expedition by selecting the destination from the world map without first accepting a quest. Unlike quests, expeditions are very open-ended and are great if you want to freely explore the world. Expeditions have the following special characteristics. There is no time limit. You will not fail no matter how many times you faint. There are no completion conditions or rewards, but you will keep any materials you gather and points you earn. Monsters will depart the field after a set time elapses. You can decide when to return from an expedition. Once you're done exploring, return by doing one of the following. Speak to the handler at the camp. Select Return from Expedition from the menu. Select Asteria from the world map. When you return to camp after completing quests, you will automatically switch to an expedition. If you then accept a new quest from your handler, it will take less time to prepare for that quest, provided that there are new quests. Provided that the new quest takes place in the same location.
Let's look for the campsite.
If I get to the campsite first, or if you're lost, open up your map or use your scout flies to track me.
Like I was saying, research is
Whenever
deep.
you leave the base without signing up for a quest, you'll go on an expedition. There's no time limit or cap on how many times you're allowed to faint, which means you can explore to your heart's content.
Research is neat, but first we eat. You have a barbecue spit handy? Just grill some raw meat up golden brown and it'll raise your stamina level. Hit B to take the meat off the flame. Remember to keep an eye on it. Don't let it burn. You should be able to get some raw meat from hunting a Potnoth. In multiplayer, you can enjoy quests and expeditions with a team of up to 4 players formed from the maximum of 16 players present in your online session. Players in the same online session can communicate via chat regardless of the location. Many quests can be joined while in progress. Expeditions are unlocked as you progress through the game. Multiplayer is not available during story-related expeditions. When choosing quests, select Post a New Quest, then select the following options. Players, how many hunters you wish to join the quest. If you wish to play solo, set this number to 1. Set passcode, choose 4 numbers to restrict the quest to specific players. Select Join a Quest to participate in a quest or an expedition initiated by another player. Doing so will send the request leader a join request so that they can approve you. Join requests are set to auto-accept by default. To change this, select Quest Join Settings from Options and set Join Request to Manual. Expeditions are not listed in the quest counter unless an SOS flare has been used. If no one in your online session is recruiting for the quest you want, you can select Online Sessions to move to a new session to try again. Many quests and expeditions can be joined while in progress. However, if you join a quest in progress after a set time has passed since it was begun, you will not receive credit for completing the quest and you will not earn the quest rewards. Please keep this in mind when joining quests. You will still retain any items carved from monsters or gathering while on the quest. Rewards for breaking monster parts or capturing monsters are still earned as long as the relevant conditions are met.
timing is everything. The color of the meat and the song are clues. Oops, your timing was off. Guess you need to keep drilling your grilling.
It's a split second.
Nice! That looks so tasty.
Of course, you can just give your meat to the cook in Astoria. Which I think is what most people do. Especially since it takes such a long time to eat the meat that you cook.
Hey, partner!
Howdy.
Howdy, Hunter. How's that hooking? Gotta say, there's no better way to spend the day than fishing. I'm the lucky guy the Commission has put in charge of studying fish and fish-like creatures here in the New World. Well, let me tell you, I love fishing. I live for it. I fish in my sleep. I fish with... I already caught all the old world's fish, every last one. So when they offered me a job here, I accepted hook, line, and sinker. Anywho, my life can't be all work, so I've been looking for a chum who loves the lure as much as I do. What do you say, Hunter? Are you game? If you're interested, just give me a holler. I'd like to see what you're made of.
You can assign a target destination for your scout flies on the map. Your wildlife map keeps track of where you are and where the scout flies are taking you. You can also use it to keep tabs on monsters.
Need lots of that honey.
Now this is interesting. Let's report our findings to everyone at the resource center when we get back.
Well, hi there. Fancy meeting someone new out here. I'm the editor in charge of the field guide. It's my job to learn and disseminate as much as possible about the endemic life here. The endemic life here includes small animals, fish, basically anything that won't try to eat you, and I love them all to pieces. My research tasks are to capture, observe, study, verify, record, and play with any endemic life I find. I'm a busy bee. The new world is literally crawling with undiscovered specimens. I don't even know where to begin. I don't have enough hands.
Ooh, yeah!
Enough hands. Oh yeah, what if you become my assistant? If you capture any endemic animals, you could even let them loose in your room for some first-hand observations. Who could say no? But don't answer just yet. Think it over, then come see me again. I promise the little critters will bring you nothing but joy.
You can fast travel back to camp simply by selecting it from the wildlife map.
Alright, we're a little over time there, so let's head on back and save. Emptying our inventory of all the stuff we gathered. Then we'll finish the exploration tomorrow.
Okay, let's get this expedition underway. Meet me at the gate. You can embark on an expedition.
Alright, this is audap for you watching Monster Hunter World on PC in 4K. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.